Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another edition of Keep It Locked. Today we have the guy, the big man himself, Mr. 5001, Mr. Treble Clef.
Yes.
How you doing, man? My G?
I'm blessed, man. Thank you for having me. Keeping it locked.
Always, you know it is. That's standard.
Lionism.
Alright, fam, so I'm just going to try and talk to you, like, so you can tell the people how it all started for you.
Yeah.
How you got into the game, how you fell in love with music.
Yeah.
Just how you're finding the music industry, how you're finding the whole scene.
Bloody hell, man. How long you got?
Bruv,
how long is this going to be?
Bruv, as long as it can, we can take it to, bruv.
Wow.
So, I'm going to kick it off at the beginning for you, that I know of anyway.
Yeah.
How did it come about with all the different remixes or the different versions of Ghetto Kyote?
Yeah. You know what? I can't even give you like a proper answer for that, because the tune itself was just so big. Like when did I make it? 2003?
2003.
I made it 2003. It was the summer I left school.
Okay.
So I remember it was the summer I left school when I was 16. So anyone that's clever can do the maths, innit? Because 2019 now.
Well, it's 2020 because.
20. Wow. You see, I'm showing, innit? But yeah, so I made it in them times. It took a little while for it to
get a bit of traction.
Yeah. Because it wasn't, everyone would know the track as attributed to Kamikaze at the time. Mm-hmm. And that was because Kamikaze was the crew.
Okay.
And it was a big like street movement stroke music thing. I reckon we were inspired by So Solid, if I be real.
Okay, the Kamikaze was.
Yeah, it was inspired by So Solid, the whole backdrop of the So Solid movement, as in like there were man them on road that were kind of looking to infiltrate music, and So Solid really influenced a lot of people in that way at that time, especially the way like Mega Man presented himself and how he spoke. Yeah. So he connected to, so then that's literally how it started. So like I have to big up like man like Digger and Limo, because
I was gonna say, is any of them Kamikaze man still about? Do they still spit? Do you still roll with them?
The only people about from Kamikaze today that I still check like music is me and Spyro still.
Spyro, big up Spyro every time.
Spyro, me, K2 as well. He's still doing his thing. That's it really. It's like us three, if I'll be honest. Like,
okay.
Yeah, obviously Spyro's doing his thing, one extra. Like I'm doing my thing. I disappeared for a little while.
Come back.
And I disappeared from the music world, like industry world, but like music as a whole, I never disappeared. Okay. So, but to your question, I don't know how all these remixes come about. People were influenced. Okay. So it just went off. It went off. The tune got big after a while. The history of the tune, we pressed up some dubs in Music House, and the guys that were behind putting Kamikaze together. We basically, because Kano was still in the ends.
I was about to say, whose version do you like the most? Yeah,
Kano's one of my favorite. Katy Perry's, I would say, is the best. Like musically, she complemented the track really well. And then just because it was Kamikaze, Gangsta Bop, the actual official Kamikaze vocal.
So they're your top three selected?
Out of it,
you've done. What about, how do you feel about the remixes, the refixes, the this, and this, you know, the different versions that have come out?
You know what, it's taken time. They say, obviously, imitation or remixes is the ultimate form of flattery and compliment. That is true. But if certain things don't come with it, then you won't take it.
Do you critique them beats more than you would?
I don't listen to them really, because it's like regurgitated for me. And it's like at the time, because I say I'm a purist, if you want to say, like musically a purist, I'll be like, oh, what are they doing? You know, I'll be going mad. It's like they're ripping it apart. Like no. And then, but you can't control people's like emotions or like connection to a track. So if they're deciding to refix it because they're inspired in a certain way and it's bringing certain things out of them creatively, then that's only a good thing. But you have to bear in mind, I was a 16-year-old kid at the time and there was a lot of things going on. So if like say, I don't know, someone's in more of a position that was older in the game.
Yeah.
And they could, I don't know, push a refix and then maybe someone reach out to them and maybe not use their refix, but work with them as a result of them listening to their refix. I felt like people were kind of getting into the game off like my back off that track.
Yeah, okay.
At the time, and then like I felt like I wasn't.
Okay, so that's when it came out, your feeling was people were getting big off of your creation, but you wasn't also getting that same.
I wasn't. If I be honest and real, I wasn't.
Yeah. Is that why you went away, or is that just
life,
coincidence?
Man. Just life, money, bills, responsibilities.
Yeah, life. Everyone knows about life.
Don't know, man. Education, studying. You go for all these things, like trials and tribulations and all of that stuff. And it kind of I feel like I love with the game, innit?
Yeah. So with your falling out, your misplaced love.
Let's say I felt indifferent towards
the game. That made you leave. What made you come back?
It's music, because that's what I'm saying. Before the game, it's always music.
Okay.
Like I've been like since I was maybe like. So
you'd make music no matter what. Music's music. Whether always, you're in the game or not in the game, you're gonna make music.
I can't run away from it. I tried.
Yeah.
And it always draws me back in.
So after Ghetto Kyote, the next thing that I know that you dropped was Treble's Diary.
Yes, and that was officially my return, I guess.
Yeah, that's
2012, 2013, 12.
Yeah, around that era, I think it was.
So then, that's a big gap in time, though.
True. That's 10 years, isn't it?
Yeah, between 2003 to 2000.
Yeah, it's nearly a 10-year gap. Okay.
9, 10.
Obviously, you've come back on a different. Though the sound of grime at that time wasn't the sound of grime that you would say would make. How do you feel that your reintroduction into the scene was perceived?
At that time,
yeah,
it was sick. I didn't really know how to deal with it because I wasn't really into social media. I wasn't really on Twitter like that. Maybe a Facebook and just about a SoundCloud. Like it's taken me a while to get into the social media kind of
aspect of
things, and like now I'm there. So it's like you can see, like you know me personally, so like we're all different from how we are on the camera on social media. I see social media as the Treble you see on social media. It's like my avatar. If anyone's seen Avatar, it's like you just plug in and like boom, that's my avatar.
Okay, so bare lights, bare neon lights.
That's it. I just put the avatar
bare
in.
Bright lights.
Bright lights and all that stuff. The Kyote avatar is in there, and it's in the digital web mainframe of the world, or the matrix, however you like to see it. And it's taken me a while to understand that. And I think it's done for all of us. It's almost like media training for everyone now, social media.
Okay.
And how to interact, or depends what persona you would like to portray.
But would you not say your portrayal, or how you are in front of a camera, or how you are in front of a mic, was your training for radio, or training at radio, or being on radio was your training session, basically? Or would you just say...
When you say radio, like as a DJ?
As a DJ, as a host, just being on a radio set, being around the radio station, running up on... Was you on Mold and Pyro and Deja?
Yeah.
So would you not say being on those platforms, or being on those stations, or doing those things helped?
Of course.
Or gave you the media
100%.
training?
It did performance training, hosting training, like interview training, just interacting with people on different levels and knowing like which levels or which way to communicate with people, whether it's corporate or street or in between or hippie, or you know what I mean? Like there's different forms of ways to
basically knowing your demographic and knowing how to communicate with them.
And I feel like I know what to say in front of some people, but sometimes I don't give a shit. I mean, sorry, can I swear this? Are you sorry?
Yeah, man, it's explicit. It's cool.
Right, keep it locked though. Yeah. So, but if I be honest, because I was performing long before I even came into the music game, I was like I said, from 7, I would say 7 years old, I was playing instruments.
Okay.
So like I started off...
What instruments can you play?
I started off playing the clarinet, and then that was maybe 7. maybe year 4. However old you are at year 4, I was playing clarinet. And then I remember year 7, that's when I transitioned over to saxophone, because they're both reed instruments. They're both like woodwind in the same family. And then from there, maybe about 5 years to the end of school, I was playing sax, but because it was owned by the Newham at the time, the borough, when you leave school, you had to give it back.
Okay.
So I gave it back. So for me, like, and all in between that, I was in the choir, I was singing, wasn't really that
vocals,
good.
Yeah?
You know the ones, yeah, it's just it was music, isn't it? I enjoyed it.
It's all a note. It's all notes, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
I enjoyed it.
Whether you're singing or you're
Early
playing
days,
the instrument, you're still playing the note.
Before the voice broke and all that stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So I was like, I think I was in the altos. I was in maybe sopranos for a week, and then it's like, okay, put me in the alto section. Then I was in the jazz band. Then I moved away from the choir, and then I went to perform with the jazz band, supporting the choir. And then that's when I like kind of taught myself how to play piano. But really, we were all teaching each other. So then there were people that were more advanced around me than whatever. So then you just be there, because we're doing music all the time, be there listening, lean over, look, maybe. Some people try to hide the chords. Some people will try to just show you. And depending on your level of understanding, depends how you can download that information and retain it. And then instead of copying, this is where originality comes in. Like, sorry if I'm like just...
No, go do your thing, bro.
Originality comes in because it's like, I say, like, as many adept musicians would know, like, on the keyboard or the piano, say from C to C, is like 12 notes. And for me, that's your alphabet.
Okay.
So it's like we're all restricted, like from A to Z. Those are the letters that we're restricted to. But yet, you speak as Eddie, I speak as treble, you know what I mean? Chunky will speak as chunky, whoever, Mandem will speak as whoever, like, but we're all restricted by the same...
The same alphabet or the same structure.
Then that's where, like I said, the question of originality comes, because a man will show me a chord.
It doesn't. You don't have to actually do the same chord. You can remix that chord or slightly do your
inversions,
own
renditions, or like augment it, or you just have to. I say what people need to try and find a way to is speak through music, isn't it? So instead of just like copying a riff or copying a movement, like I'm like, where's your voice? Where's your fingerprint? Where's your identity in it?
Do you take the same aspects, those same qualities onto when you were doing the beat boss? So those qualities that you just mentioned there with regard to being original and producing, do you take those same principles into when you're being a judge on beat boss?
100%. That's why I manage the shower man judge.
I was about to say, is that why they?
That's what everyone knows.
They called for you for that reason.
Do you know what? I don't even think like I'm tight to Yatsim and all the beat boss.
Yeah, big up Mode FM.
I don't. Yeah, of course, Mode FM. I don't think they realized what I was gonna come and bring at that time. I didn't even realize really, and then I was empathizing. So I was thinking, if I was a producer and I'm being judged by someone, I'd be like, who are you to judge me? You better show me you know what's going on here before you critique me, isn't it? It's just like anyone, I don't know, if man that work out, if you're a skinny or obese person and you're trying to critique someone that's been going in the gym for the last 4 or 5 years,
you got to become with something.
That person that's been working out and finding out their body type and all these things and diet, they're going to look at you and say, how can you critique me when you don't even know what it takes to even work towards it, or you know? So then that's how I was actually thinking about when I'm like judging other people's work. So I was like, I'm thinking, I'm a producer, so how would I feel?
Yeah. How would you like to be? Yeah.
How would I like to be critiqued?
Examined on?
And how would I feel if, I don't know, I was speaking to me or I was judging me in that way? So I tried to bring that element to it, and then like put all my knowledge or what I know and be as honest as possible. And then obviously not everyone likes honesty. Yeah. Because
you know, honesty hurts, isn't it? Sometimes the truth is painful.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And some guys won't try send after because their feelings get hurt. But you know, we just draw them down, don't we?
With the sending, like, would you reply back? Would you switch places? Would you instead of being the judge, would you jump on the floor? Would you be in the battlefield?
Only for someone that I thought, or a group of producers without sounding arrogant or cocky, that were worthy, innit?
Okay.
If I be real,
I won't get you to name any because I don't want to cause no controversy, but I hear what you're saying. I kind of know what kind of producers
not undermining anyone that's
anyone's
been
craft,
part of it or whatever. And like, yeah, man, producers that know what's going on, like, then I'll get involved where I feel like, you know what, I have to step up and do this. And
like, your next banger came on your Cake and Bread EP, which was Trumpet Boom, which was a silent, a creeper for me. Well, that's how I perceived it, because when I heard it, first of all, I was like, this tune's a banger. Didn't really hear it on radio, didn't see it really get spun, didn't hear the hype about it. Then out of nowhere, for me, it just took off. And it's like boom. But I was like, this has been out for about nearly 6 months.
Yeah, I think when I released it, it was December 2015 or 16. I remember because it was a beat boss.
Yeah.
Judging a beat boss around that time, and that was around December time. So beforehand, I have to big up Spooky, because Spooky was the first DJ I gave it to.
Okay.
So this is when I was in Deja, just transitioning over to Mode at that time, and then Spooky was banging it out. Because I keep my kind of mail out list limited, I'm like, you know what?
Okay, so if you're not on that list, then
there's a list, but I rarely use it. If you see me and we see each other, and I got my USB on me, and you've got your laptop, then you might be inside.
You might be good to go.
You know what I mean? But then I've got loads of tunes. It's like supply and demand, isn't it? So it's like I can do a Filthy Gears, like hang tight Filthy Gears. That method has really worked for him really well, and his work rate. His work rate is intergalactic, bruv. It's out of space, bruv. It's like his work rate is mad, and that works for Filthy. And that's sick. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, that's dead for me. That's dead. I'm not flooding out bare tunes because, like, I'm not saying Filthy or someone like Filthy doesn't value his tunes, but I value him in a different way. I'm like, you know what? Nah, it's not accessible to everybody, innit? It's not.
So you're not exclusive.
Man are dealing with gourmet stuff, bro.
Okay.
It's not no corner shop.
Michelin star stuff.
Yeah, bro. And that's the rules. So it's like.
No, but then you can back that up because you've had probably 2 grime classics, as in Ghetto Kyote and Trumpet Boom.
Should have more, but definitely. And I'm lucky enough to say that that's touched 2 generations. Either side.
So it's at the beginning of grime and then the new wave of grime. So you've got 2 bangers in 2 different 2 different eras of grime,
which cross over to
what we have
other
today.
genres all the time. Because there's real musical elements within those tracks or compositions, I would like to say.
So, as I was saying, Ghetto Kyote was a classic for early grime. And how did you feel that it got used at Paris Fashion Week last year on the is it Louis Vuitton?
It was a surprise. It was a surprise. It was cool. I mean, I'm not like, I understand it, like how big it is to a lot of things. I'll be real, like, I'm not really fussed or fucked about fashion, innit? Like, big up Louis V, Hang Tight, all of them, Benji B for playing it, Hang Tight Virgil, like, big up all of the team over there. But like, you know, clothes are clothes, innit, man? You wear them, put them down, like. So
you're not on a materialistic kind of guy. Just
I like to look nice. I like to like just like everybody else, presentable. But like, it was more people were excited about it than I was.
And so how did you find out about it?
It was last minute. Like, it was actually on the day. So what happened? I was at some forum in Central, and what happened? I got an email. I saw an email on the day, and they were just asking for my permission to use it, but on the day. So, you know, typical industry tricks, or whatever you want to say, you know. So then there was like pressure. I had pressure to make a decision there and then, whether to give them the yay or the nay. So I was like, rah, you know, you could have given me more time. But and then I was like, you know what? In fact, I correct myself, because when I saw the email, the deadline they had put was for the day before.
Okay,
so it had already gone. So I saw it the day after. Okay. They said like, we need an answer by the end of the day. So and then I saw it, and then I read it or whatever, and I said, it's gone. Fuck it. Tell them, okay, cool, it's gone anyway. Then all of a sudden, literally, like as soon as I said that, literally 10 minutes after that, my phone and my Insta, which is ping, ping, ping. And people calling me like, yo, Trebs, like, look at your phone. I DM'd you something. I was thinking, that was quick. you know, but I won't delve into that too much, but yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. Then everyone else, people were more excited about it than I was. So.
Okay, any little links after that?
Yeah, we met some people, like they gave me some peas or whatever, like.
So nothing,
man. I mean, I could
sort of grew from that.
I could still press them for clothes if I want clothes. I don't give a shit about clothes, man.
I heard that. No,
really,
that's cool.
It's calm though. I see it like I still know LV means something to people and all that stuff, man. But you know.
So you've got your latest EP that you dropped, instrumental EP that you dropped was Lost and Found. Were they lost and found?
Yes, they were.
What years were they?
Between 2010 and 2015.
Okay.
2015. They were on my old PC, and the tunes, the export of the tunes, I had, but the parts,
okay,
I thought I'd lost.
Okay.
So when I recovered the parts,
so you can remix, again, so you can do them over
stems,
again.
Yeah. When I recovered the stems, I was like, yeah, sick. I can mix them again and try and make it sound live and all that stuff. So that's why I say lost and found, because they were old as well.
Yeah.
And like, how else was I going to release them? Because I've got new stuff which sounds much better.
Yeah. So how, from that EP, what would you say was your favorite track?
I would say I've got a couple. Rumours, Boomtown, and I See Now. So them three, and then out of them three, Rumours.
Yeah. Okay. I need to go check it out. If you haven't, check it out. Please go and download it. Where can they download it from? Where can they listen to it?
Man. Everywhere digital. Everywhere digital. So, you know, all of the platforms, all of the streaming platforms, cool. Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, YouTube, Deezer.
Yeah. So what's your social so they can hit you up if people want to reach out to you and stuff like that?
That's KYOTEGUY. On Insta, Twitter, Facebook, still on there. Anyone that's doing Facebook? Don't really use Snap.
Okay,
TikTok, not yet. I don't know about this talking thing still. I'm not sure about it.
Got question marks on it, yeah?
Yeah. It's
was that data protection in China or just?
Do you know what? I lie though, but I send my music to TikTok when I distribute it.
Oh, it's standard.
So like,
you got to flood the market.
Yeah. So do you know what? The Chinese market, TikTok, why not? But I don't know, man. It's so much out there, fam. Like, there's so much out there. There's only how much of yourself can you split over all of these different things, man. I reckon they should just have one like app, and then you can sign into all of them, and then you do one post, and it just goes to all of them.
To all you app developers out there, this is, Chubbs is giving you some gold right now.
Yeah, that's what it needs to be. That's what needs to happen, because I can't do it, so it's no point me keeping it, like, holding the idea.
If you can give any advice to a young up-and-coming DJ or up-and-coming producer wanting to break into the scene, like what would you advise them to do? What would be their first steps you would advise them to try and step into the game with?
Yeah, to step into the game, not actually. That's
not even being in the game,
like, so just to get into the game.
Like, they want to get into the game. They make music on their PlayStation or wherever it could be, on their phone. Like, what's that thing, GarageBand they got on there? They're making beats like that, and they're like, no, what? I actually like making beats. Yeah. I want to actually take it serious. What would you say would be the first steps that they need to do to start to get into the industry?
In the industry,
whether it's a producer or a DJ, what would your first steps be? What would you recommend, or what would you say the first steps should be?
For producers, I would say definitely as up your music theory as much as you can.
When you say music theory, you mean like the actual
production techniques, notation, whether it's
knowing how to read music.
Basically, not even knowing how to read music, because music is heard and felt and played before it was ever written.
True.
So people, they're blind people that can't read music, but then they'll play better and they'll skeng down everyone in a dance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not that, but like in terms of just knowing, say, okay, a few things. You got major chords, then you got minor chords, then you got diminished chords, then you got dominant chords, and then you might have major sevenths, dominant sevenths. Then you got like a different scales. You got a Dorian scale. You got a major scale. You got a minor scale, and then like
you're getting real techie. G.
Like that is their vocab. Like up your music vocab, and then, so then you can like articulate yourself as best you can, musically speaking. Yeah. And then that's where you find your originality, because so then you arm yourself. These are like all of the things I'm saying, all the different scales I'm talking about. They're basically like it's like your verbs, nouns, similes, like knowing where and how to place them within music. If you're speaking, if I say you making a track, it's you speaking to me. So how are you going to articulate yourself musically? Are you going to articulate?
So try to get to the answer. So I'm in my house as a up and coming producer, rapper, DJ. Yeah. Your advice would be to learn the theory of music. So
as best as they can. Yeah. Okay. That for producers first and foremost.
So basically learn the language of the craft you're trying to go into. So if you're a DJ, know about the 4s, the 16, the 8s, the 16s.
Timing, it's music vocab. It's your, like, I understand or overstand or understand, however you want to say it, your music vocab as best as you can. So you can articulate yourself as well as you can, and you can separate yourself from all the other fucking shit and all the guys that are just doing generic bollocks crap, basically. So then that's how you would stand alone, and that's how you would last. That's for the producers or the musicians then. DJs, find a radio station first, obviously, as best you can. And if you can't do that, depending on your budget, first off, like, obviously, you know what genre you're going to go for, and then understand that genre as best you can, and then try and find the access points to that world, because it is hard.
Okay, so for a DJ, you need to be out there networking, basically. And
networking, find where your scene is, not just online. Find physically where your scene is. So if you're in drum and bass, find out where the drum and bass lot are.
Physical,
talk physically.
Talk to drum and bass ravers.
If you're into dubstep, find out where dubstep is physically happening, not just online in emails. And if you're into grime, guys, find out where physically it is. Listen to a couple radio stations. A good place to always start from the pioneers of the genre that you're trying to DJ in. So if they're on social media, you start with your pioneers, the originators, whatever. And then a handy trick I used to do, we follow the pioneers first, or the founders, then see who they're following. Okay. And then it kind of snowballs from there. Okay. And then know what you like as well. So that's good. Don't be shook to play a tune that's unknown. Like, be a fucking DJ, man. Like, and don't be some, I don't know, parrot. That's like, you
DJ
saw that.
That's gonna play all the bangers.
Yeah, man. Like, come on. That's how scenes stay in the past. Yeah. That's how they stay just stuck and they don't go forward, because man, them are just playing tunes that work in the dance. Because the last DJ done it.
They're not being experimenting. They're not actually trying to like, for me, a DJ should be trying to show you new songs and trying to bring new musical elements to the scene that are from an unknown DJ or unknown producer or unknown MC. So you're saying to be original, 100%. Step out the box.
That's going to separate you from the rest.
And play some new stuff or unknown stuff.
You stick to like the nucleus, say, of what's
happening, what's popping.
But then, on the outside, on the skirts of the box, try a couple things, man, and just, because that's what's going to separate you from the rest of your lot. Yeah,
no, for real, I heard that. So what's new or what's going to come out for you next?
Next, I've got a single coming out, Business Guy with Raws of Raw. He's an MC from Wellingborough.
Okay, we got the Northampton man, then. Don't go like I don't know my
North. Okay. Yes, man.
We got my Northampton man.
Yes. So me and Rosa, we got a sick one there. Rosa was on the last load of mics.
We got Rosa.
So anti every time. We just wrapped up the video not too long ago. I'm just waiting for the final send to come back. So that should be out.
So that's your next one for
that's
you,
the next single.
Rosa.
Yeah, it's me, Treble Clef X Rosa. Hang tight, Joe Fire. Joe Fire just dropped a single live. He actually used one of the tunes from Cake and Bread, Ghetto Storms.
Okay, that's I like instrumental.
Yeah, so he hit me up and he asked. He did it correctly, guys. He didn't just jump on it.
You need a tune from Treb, you need to come and ask him face to face.
Otherwise, it's going down. And I don't care who you are. I don't care how big you are. I don't care who you got behind you. I'm taking it down, innit?
If you don't ask, it goes down.
Yeah, and that's why I'm looking at the camera, innit? Because it's going down. Like, I've done it before. I'll do it again. Like, so if you want a license, you hit me up, innit? You hit me up. I'll give you the PayPal. I'll give you the bank account details. Non-exclusive license, guys. Yeah. If you want exclusive license, the P's go up. That's how it works.
That's the music game, fam.
That's how it works. You don't just... Do you know what it is, though? But what I do allow, is if you're spitting and it says playing in your brethren's car and you man are doing a freestyle, I'm calm.
Yeah, that's not a tune, though, innit? That's just...
But if you're trying to pity-patter pattern off my team, it's outside. Immediate outside. It's going down. You're not going to swerve off the back of man. Like I've got knowledge now. We've all got knowledge now, so we know how to pattern properly. This is the new age, modern age. So people know how to pattern properly. If you don't pattern properly, it's going down. And that happens. That's happened to me a lot, innit?
I can tell, but I can tell from the way you're going on. So the takeaway point from that, if you like one of your tunes and you want to spit on it, is to come and ask you.
To come through, man. Man will give you a non-exclusive license, and then or a lease thing. 5 years, you pay the P's, then we sign our thing. I send you a contract, be inside. You want exclusive, Treb's tune, the P's go up. P's go up, I keep my word, you keep your word, we're all inside, everybody's happy, and we can do music
nice
things,
little bit of little advertisement there for, getting the
contracts. That's the pattern, and then that's it. And then if you do that exclusively, we might do some publishing, swerving, who knows, licensing here and there.
Because you know what I'm saying? I see you in magazines and
trying
some write-ups and different newspapers and magazines.
This is the game, innit?
It'll be good value. But anyway, I think that's a perfect point for us to leave this conversation. I could probably speak to you for a good another 2 hours.
We can go on.
There's a lot of stuff I can talk to you about.
Chipped and chopped, but obviously time's against us and that, so I get it. I guess part 2.
Yeah, I'll definitely get that organised still. I will definitely. Hopefully towards the end of the year, if anything.
Say nothing.
Bro, thanks for coming down.
Each and every time. Thank you for having me.
No worries, bro.
Hanged out with the crew.
Give out your socials one more time, just so the people know.
That's KYOTEGUY on everything. Everything that's there, apart from TikTok. Not on that yet. Might be though, sure.
Alright, my people. Thanks for listening again.
Big up.
Keep it locked.